So, um, hey, after 6 months of doing nothing and being lazy and not feeling like uploading any YouTube, I finally decided to start uploading one. So, you're welcome. This is the first episode of a series I wanted to do for a long time called Commands, and More Commands. It's basically me showcasing commands I'm making with the help of a few combiners, but it's mainly me. It's not anything professional. It might be bugged. I'll talk about it later. Um, but it's cool. So I just wanted to show you in case you liked it. So without further ado, let's get into it. It might be a bit long because it's the Infinity Gauntlet. So just stick with me. This is what you'll need. Of course, not the command block if you're in survival. I'll show it later. But what you will need is a command block. But what I was trying to say is you won't need a command block for the crafting recipe. So to get a command block, what you need to do is to type /give at b, which is the closest player, which is you, obviously, command block, like so, and press enter. And there you go, you have a command block. Put it anywhere in your world. You don't have to have a diamond block beneath it, it's just for me to mark the spot. Place it down, go into it by right clicking and control C the command that the first command that I linked in the description. It's titled command 1. After that it's command 2 and command 3. So copy the first command and paste it over here and press needs redstone. It will turn into always active and press done, and it should summon this machine. After you've done that, you want to hop on back to the page, to the basement page, and scroll down until the blue thing or whatever it's set to your computer, I don't know, ends, and you'll get to the command 2. So what you do is you go on top of the machine, preferably. Of course, you don't have to go on top of the machine. You can go to the sides or put it wherever you want, as long as it's in the spawn chunks. And what I recommend, if you do it on top of the machine, is go 2 blocks from the end, because then when you spawn in the machine, which is pretty much the same process as the first one, it will summon at the edge, so it will look nice and clean. Now we need to install the third command. Of course, installing the third command is exactly the same process. You go on top, you go 2 blocks, and then you type in the command, like paste it in, and it's generated. By the way, all of the commands will be, the machines will be summoned in the positive X direction. So if you are in a survival world, like doing commanded survival, so make sure you don't have anything in there. So now that we have all of the machines in place, we can get rid of the command block if you wish. And now you want to get into creating the infinity stones. Now this is what you'll need. Obviously you won't need it with spawn egg, and you won't need those. Those are for the testing in a bit later. You just need to capture a witch if you're in survival. So that's pretty expensive, 6 nether stars. Just to make it, interesting to get. Just kill 6 with this. So easy in survival, of course. So get those to get the space stone. Drop the diamond and the diamond and the nether star on top of a bedrock, necessarily a bedrock, and light it on fire. That will give you the space stone. Now you have the space stone. Congratulations. After that, you want to get. We won't need that anymore. We want to get an end crystal, a nether star, and purple dye. You want to place the end crystal on top of an obsidian to create that little thing. and then throw the nether star and the purple dye on top of it. So you'll get that. Now we have the power stone. Congratulations. I'm sorry. Now onto the mine stone. I know this is kind of boring, but stick with me. It will get interesting after we get the stones. Stick with me. So you drop those on top of an enchanting table and get the mine stone. Now we are on to the time stone. Drop it on top of a beacon. I'm trying to go through this as fast as I can. Now you want to capture a witch. You want to try to capture a witch. I'm just going to spawn one with a spawn egg into here. Drop on top of it another star and redstone dust. And get the reality stone, which is dust for some reason. Right, now we're getting into the soul stone. And if you didn't watch the movie, in order to get the soul stone, you need to make a sacrifice. But because I don't have any way to ensure that you're making a sacrifice, you're just going to need to die. The way I'm going to do it is obviously going into survival. You need to have an orange dye and another star in your inventory. And then, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't show what's in the command. Type this command, TP at P, which is you. Tidal wave. I don't know how this thing is called. I'm not sure. 50, and that should kill you. So just press it, and this will be gone, of course. If you're with keep inventory, then you'll just won't lose it. So it's kind of a game breaker. So try not to do that, because that's no fun. And then you go into here and you have a soul stone in your ender chest. So once you've got all the ingredients, what you want to do is get yourself, you can also type at P, golden sword. Obviously you don't need to type a command, I just kind of forgot it. And then when you get a golden sword, you just throw you just throw everything on the ground, and bada beam, bada boom, you get an infinity gauntlet. That's it. You're the proud owner of the infinity gauntlet now. Right, so now you're the proud owner of the infinity gauntlet, but what can you do with it? So, to activate it, you need to drop it, and it will equip it in your offhand, and it will select the power stone for you. It's the default. So, what can the power stone do exactly? Well, let's test that. Let's go over to nighttime by typing that command in. I'll just show it in case you don't know. It's time set night. And we just spawn in a bunch of zombies. And you'll see, while I'm holding this, I cannot be hurt. I can also jump super high, so that's cool. So I can't be hurt, and I'm super powerful. You can one-shot zombies, pretty much. Another thing you can do with the power stone is when you drop it, you cause an explosion executed at the location of every mob around you. So it's really useful. It can cause a huge explosion if you have a lot of mobs around you. So that's the power stone. But that's obviously not everything. Not everything the gauntlet can do. So to switch stone, what you need to do is take it off your offhand and drop it again, and you'll switch stone, and the next one is space. So the first power you get with the space stone is transportation. What you need to do to use it is press shift, hold shift, and you'll see you'll be teleported around like flights. Oh, we got an achievement. That's cool. It's also useful to get through walls. It's easy escape from every situation and also easy transportation, as the name suggests. The next ability that comes with the Space Stone is gravity manipulation. I'll spawn in a bunch of villagers, and what you can do is, if you look up and hold shift with it, is you'll make them fly, and then you can release and of course die. What you can also do is maybe when someone is falling, or maybe not because of you, you can look down, and it will cause them much less fall damage, and it will also make them fall faster. Let's make him dead. Make him dead. The next thing you can do is summon a nether portal. That's pretty useful for getting to the nether, obviously. You can also close it by dropping the spawn egg on top of it. The next thing you can do is open an end portal. Ugh, my language today. It's of course a functioning portal, and to close it, you need to drop the spawn egg. That's everything for the Space Stone. I wanted to do more for it because it can do so much more, but after all, I have a certain amount of space I can use in these commands, and I'm not a command expert that can put them all like really compressed. So yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. So the next stone is the Time Stone, which is probably the most useful of them all. Let me show you why. Oh, it's already in my inventory. It's not like the most useful, but it's really cool. So if you shift with it, you notice with the stop time. I'm sorry, I didn't even show it. You can see I haven't uploaded any videos in a long time. So what you need to do is shift with it, and then everyone around you will freeze. It also applies to players, but they can still look around. I can't really do anything about that. And I believe players will also fall. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Another thing you can do is speed up time and make everyone super fast if you want to do that. Another use for it is, of course, it makes the time go faster. So, oh, stop it. Stop. Sorry. I just want to show you that it also applies to other mobs. But what it also does is it applies hunger to your hunger bar. So your hunger also goes down faster. Supposed to. I know why it doesn't go down, but I guess that's Minecraft mechanics for you. But anyways, you can see that freaking weather, dude. You can also see the sun is going faster, like skipping. So yeah. The next stone is the reality stone. Now this one has so much more power that I gave it credit, but I only could do so much. So yeah, that's what I did. The first thing you can do is make creatures invisible. Also, whenever you put this down, it marks where they are. You can also make yourself invisible, but putting it down on yourself. So you can make anyone invisible whether they want it or not. To cancel all of the invisibility, just throw down the spawn egg, and it will cancel it for everyone. Let's just kill him. Right, the next thing you can do is use barriers in survival. That's pretty awesome. You can also destroy them by dropping your thingy, your item. The most powerful thing you can probably do is reality manipulation. Now, that can just automatically turn people into bubbles. Just kill them right there on the spot. It's super OP, especially if you're fighting a horde of enemies. It will kill them, doesn't matter how much HP they got, or how much armor they got, it will just turn them into bubbles. So OP. So the next thing is the Mind Stone. Let me show you what it can do. So mind control, that's a pretty interesting one. So you can actually control where an entity goes. There is your body. Of course, there's no head, the correct head, because there's no way for me to do that, unfortunately. Sorry. But you are able to control an entity's motion, and also if it's a player, you can also control players. So that's awesome. To cancel it, what you need to do is look straight up, as much upwards as you can, and shift. It will turn the creature back to normal and make you go back to your body. You can make creatures go into lava and so much more. It's so useful. The mental attack is more against players. Let's give myself saturation real quick because I'm starving. Anyways, mental attack is more for players. It gives them blindness and it really confuses them in a sort of special way. You need to test it out with a player. And by the way, I'm talking more about the command in multiplayer in my bug busting at the end of the video. So if you're interested in that, then stick around. The next stone is the Soul Stone. The Soul Stone is a pretty interesting one, actually. It's really useful, as all of the others, because you can actually just make things disappear and reappear. So let's put down a bunch of villagers. So what you can do is also you can drop it, the first of all. But I'll show it in a little bit. So the first thing you can do is put it on players, on entities, and it will just make them disappear. It seems like they disappear. You can also, as I showed before, drop it, and if you go through anyone, then they'll just disappear. If you want to go back from that mode, just look up and shift, straight up. Now they are in the soul dimension. It isn't shown in the movie, except for in the end of the Infinity War, where Thanos is after he snaps. That's pretty much the Soul Stone in the MCU, but that's pretty much it. So after that, you can bring them back by using this spawning. So you can make if you take a player with you, then let's make them all go back because they make noise and it annoys me. So you can, if you're traveling, then you can put a player there, use your transportation with the space stone, travel miles away, and just bring them back whenever you want. It's super useful for transporting other players, just trapping players, because let me see where they go, because you can open a portal to the soul dimension. So you just hang in there for a little bit, and that's where everyone go. It's a cube, as you can see, or a cube, and you can't actually break out of it. Doesn't matter how hard you try, even in creative, you can't break through it. But if you are with the soul stone selected and there is a portal, then you can just stick in the middle and it'll be teleported back to the portal. And as the other portals, if you drop the spawn egg, it disappears. So that's for the soul stone. And the next one is all stones in use. That's the most powerful one, probably. I mean, it's really OP. You can power punch, which has sharpness 10 and knockback 10. It's insane. But the more powerful thing is the power beam. It can one shot almost anything. It's insanely OP. It's really it's OP. Um yeah, so that's basically all of the power of the stone. Once you drop that, you go back to the power stone. So those are all of the stones. If you're not interested in sticking around for the bug busting, then I hope you enjoyed the video. Um, Thank you for sticking around. I know it was a long one. I'm hoping to going back to uploading more videos now, because I have a more clear schedule. Um, but anyways, thank you for watching, and let's go back to the bug busting. So it's time for the bug busting. Yay! So it's basically me just ranting my own command, just pointing out all of the bad things about it. So let's get into it. Yay! The first bug is when you use the space stone actually, and if you use transportation, it gives you temporal fall damage resistance, even if you're in survival. How you do it is you use jump boost level 256, so that pretty much gives you fall damage resistance. The bug I found about it is if you get hit while having fall jump boost 256, you get sent into orbit. Let me show you what I mean. Let me go into survival real quick. Let's set it to nighttime. Night. I can't try. I can't type. Can't type. Ah, my. I also need a spawn egg to spawn in the zombie. I'm so tired. And spawn in the zombie. Make it attack you. And now I have the. I'm supposed to have it. Hey, you see? I get just sent into orbit. I get sent super high. So that's bug number one. Stop it. Bug number two is what I call the instant damage bug. It's a bug that the wither boss can't be applied instant damage, which is what I use to cause entities damage while using snowballs. So in this command, I got off pretty easy, because only the power beam won't work on the wither. I found no other way to cause entities damage. I of course also use instant healing because he's undead, but that didn't work as well. If you know any other way I can make entities take damage, type it in the description. I would really love to sound your solutions for this bug. The next bug is within the soul dimension. Now, for the soul dimension, I of course use it's obvious for you commanders out there that I use an invisible armor stand to make the whole cube. Now, for those of you who use command, you probably type a lot the following command to clear the world from entities. So don't do that because it will destroy the soul dimension, and of course it will kill the armor stand because it kills everything but the player. So this one only applies for command blockers, but I still wanted to point it out so you guys know about it. The last bug that I found is with the Mind Stone. Now the bug is if you unequip the Infinity Gauntlet from your offhand while in your first slot in the Mind Stone, it will just disappear. I don't know how to fix this bug. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why it's happening. It's happening, as I could tell, only with the Soul Stone for me. It's really weird. But it's that, so just don't do that. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like. I put a lot of effort into this command, like um, relatively. um, if you find any more bugs, please tell me in the description in Twitter. By the way, Twitter is @flashlemon. It's in the description. Check it out. Follow. I'll start posting there more about commands I do and stuff like that. It's cool. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. See ya.